That was kind of awkward. I think Wiz was kind of big time in our world a little bit. Like on some of our wars, like things when Narwhal would say it.
I would just start rolling. What you saying?
On some of the stuff when Narwhal would say it, he would just be like, "Okay, yeah."
You mean like he was coming off like he didn't give a fuck?
You know when he pulls out the gifts or some of the little interesting tidbits, or he says like something, he's setting you up to probably say more or whatever, and Wiz would be like, "Yeah." Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't really like falling into the bait that.
And then he did what I think
tries to.
He did what I think is the ultimate awkward thing to do during
on some Henry Rollins shit. Like the Henry Rollins
Well, that was pretty awkward.
Was like probably the most like it's the most awkward interview in the history of like in recent history. Like it's the most awkward recorded interview.
I've seen some awkward Narwhal things. I saw the one with No Effects, the band. It was kind of awkward because they were kind of just being dicks and like wrestling them and shit. You know, like a dude to get behind them, get on his knees, and then they push Narwhal over. And when you bullying Narwhal, I don't think you ever get points for that. Like, what the hell?
But you saying Wiz was acting like
Wiz did the awkward,
hitting him with the one word answers and shit.
Yeah, and then he did the awkward thing. Everybody knows the mic is super close, but then he moved like Narwhal's arm, like, no, hold it down here somewhere. And I was like, ooh, that was kind of cringe. I gotta turn this off now. I just want to watch something else.
I don't know. I think Narwhal can kind of be awkward himself. So niggas
that's the gimmick. That's niggas
stick. Just automatically, especially if it's that type of day, niggas just automatically kind of be like, just put up that.
If defense. It's that time of day, the time of day where 15 niggas in a room all getting high as fuck, like,
bro, I could I mean, even then, I can understand a nigga just being like, I'm not really with the games today, Narwhal. Even though, but you should
just give me a regular boring interview, Narwhal.
But yeah, you should know that Narwhal is coming.
That's your stick. That's the gimmick. And the best interviews are when people play along and just answer the questions. The best ones are when people are like, how do you know things, Narwhal? And they're like shocked by Narwhal or something like that. But the ones when people are like, Wiz doing some MMA classes. He doing some rear naked chokes and shit now.
He feeling himself like bitch ass nigga. Say one more thing. Doop 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 doop, and then Wiz walk off.
Right at the end, he's not gonna freeze with him for that long ass time.
Hey, it's the show. We started.
Yeah, we're here. Okay, we're here. It's RNDM cuts. We're 2 minutes in.
Yeah, this what is this? This is episode 2 of the official shit.
Of the official shit.
Yeah, this
or
the
3.
Shit.
I mean, we did like a music one on the talk thing. It's a mix up.
That was just random bullshit. We back for another official joint. You know what I'm saying?
We here.
We back in it. We back in it to win it. You know what I'm saying? We here all year. I might not edit these videos too fast, but you know what I'm saying?
I thought you were gonna finish that rhyme.
Oh no!
Yeah, that just
no.
died.
I'm on my Snoop shit. You know what I'm saying? I rhyme randomly.
Yeah, I guess. But anyways, we were having some discussions before we started recording here, and let's jump into that because I think there's something there that needs some analysis here. But the base conversation we were having is, I guess, quote unquote YouTube rappers / I guess what would have been called, I think it's kind of like, you know, past the point of being effective, and it's like the hipster of 2019 of the backpack rapper. Like, are people still going and saying, "Oh, backpack rapper"? It feels real mid.
That word is very antiquated at this point. I feel in hip hop.
But maybe I feel, me personally, and I may be wrong, I feel like that place has been taken by YouTube rapper. Am I wrong?
I feel like the backpack niggas who you would see that would be, you know what I'm saying, handing out mixtapes and doing all that shit. Now they just on YouTube together in the room. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I see that shit is through you, because I'm not listening to music on YouTube. Like I don't understand. Like I just don't listen to music that way, unless.
Well, okay, my whole thing into the YouTube thing was reaction videos, because a lot of these dudes do reaction
Anything
videos.
that says reaction in the title, for some reason I'm prompted to not click it.
Unless it's Joe Rogan's reaction.
No. Joe Rogan don't make, I mean, I guess Joe Rogan make reaction videos. He will pull
up the thing and then react to the video.
He don't put reaction in the title, bro. The type of nigga that'll put
Reaction? You think it's
Something
clickbait?
if your channel was named Blah Reacts, nigga, I'm not listening to you. I'm sorry.
Too cool?
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm too cool. Maybe like the whole man bun thing when I said I'm not hanging out with the man bun kids.
Wow.
I don't really know, bro. Like maybe I'm acting too cool, but I just know. I just know myself, and I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what the deal is.
You can't get down with it.
I can't get down with it. It's not something that I'm. That fits me per se.
So what I was saying before is, or from what I've seen,
these niggas corny. Bro,
you like a
honestly.
lot.
And some of these niggas can rhyme, but it's just like take the fucking backpack off, and maybe y'all acknowledge you can rhyme, but when you come off corny, that kills anything about you as an MC.
So a lot of these dudes that we're talking about that you're putting in this
they
box
come off
corny. So
they come off
that's
corny.
Token
yes.
here that we just had.
No, I told you, Token is he nice. I just don't think he nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Maybe we should give him a review. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should give him a review because I don't really know much about this kid, but I know that he is kind of buzzing right now.
It's a lot of white guys that come up through. Lil Dicky was around about a year or two ago with the whole thing.
I don't know what Lil Dicky doing. Hopefully he, I don't know, making some.
He's doing a lot of
basketball,
celebrity basketball games, from what I see. He's
That's
always
cool.
like at the celebrity basketball games.
That's cool.
Who else is in this? But then, okay.
But even a nigga like Lil Dicky, I can acknowledge that he can rap a little bit, but his music is just like,
it's just corny.
It's corny, and it's corny.
Your preference,
and it doesn't have any replay value
to lie.
You know what I'm saying?
In that New York boom bap shit.
I bigged up Benny in the last episode, in the first episode.
West Side Gun is some of your favorites.
I was really talking about in this episode. I'm about
Alchemist.
to really go crazy.
It's gonna be a lot of New York.
It's about to be a lot of New York, but we from Milwaukee. We from the middle of Wisconsin.
I'm from Chicago, but
whatever, nigga. You've been living in Milwaukee for like.
I grew up in Chicago.
Probably longer than you've was ever living in Chicago.
Yeah, probably, but I grew up in Chicago. That's 14 years, and I was born in Chicago. I mean, I can't change where I was born. What the hell?
That's fine.
You want me to claim Wisconsin?
No, I'm just saying. Like,
were you born in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
You're the only one. You're like the only one in our family.
I think
you and like all these kids.
Me and Gene are the first.
Gene was born in Wisconsin.
The first kids born in Wisconsin. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Have fun. Have fun being born in Wisconsin. I'm trying to not to veer off.
The New York shit is just that's. I feel like. I mean, honestly, I hate to get on my purist shit, but that's
real hip hop.
That's hip hop.
That's real hip hop.
That's hip hop, and I hate to be like real hip hop because I
hip-hop.
love Lil Pump. I fucking love Lil Pump, bro. I'm 19. I love Lil Pump. I loved X at a point. I mean, he was making some weird sad songs after a while, and I wasn't really into. But when he first came out, I loved the nigga. I love Denzel Curry. I love a lot of young niggas. I probably listen to way more young rappers than I listen to. Well, it's probably a pretty even split, honestly. I mean, but niggas like Torre, niggas like Fonte, niggas like
all these guys like, who are about 20 years.
Niggas,
older.
These
are people who are like Tierra's age.
I was just telling my nigga, like, bro, I prefer my rappers 35 plus.
These are right.
Like, I prefer
These
my rappers.
These are people who are the age of our oldest sister.
I prefer my rappers 35
like in her
plus.
30s.
Black Thought niggas who, because a lot of young niggas, I feel like, but not to knock young niggas. They just don't give me. They don't give me that inspiration how a lot of these older rappers do. Where, you know what I'm saying, they really, you know what I'm saying, they all these niggas that's 35 plus, they pen and paper. They just pen and paper, bro. Like they rhymes and beats and pen and paper, and but on an exceptional level that a lot of niggas don't get to, because a lot of niggas don't rhyme that long. A lot of niggas don't rhyme at that level for that long. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't come out with a shit like Lil Brother first mixtape. What was that? Or first album? Was that
Minstrel Show?
No, that was The Listening. They first album was The Listening, and the Minstrel Show was the second shit. It was just the most popping shit. But, or maybe both of these was released on the internet for free. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about to get into the mixtape album conversation. They first projects, I think, were The Listening and the Minstrel Show. And ever since then, Fonte just been making album after album after album that stand up. And it's certain artists, Jay, he been making, you know what I'm saying? Jay is super exceptional because he on his 13th shit that's just like, it's like no other. And no nigga under 35 could make that. You know what I'm saying? No, but not to say, but a lot of the time, I want to just listen to Ski Master Slum God. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain balance that I get, but it's especially as a nigga that write music, I just feel like I need niggas who speak that real hip hop shit. Who do
you think the backpack
you know
rappers and the YouTube rappers don't carry any of that into the whole
They don't got that essence to me, bro. If you come off,
I feel like a lot of backpack rappers hold the same beliefs that you just kind of threw out there. If they want,
they
like,
probably
some pure
do,
hip-hop shit.
But the way that they manifested it in their music, it just don't resonate with me. Like, it just don't really.
You are a guy who, you hear you got you were super into MF Doom. You got the mask over here. You got the Adventure Time stuff. You skateboarded, skinny jeans.
Yes.
All this other shit.
Yes. Tell them my whole.
Which kind of, I feel falls more in line with some backpack wave shit. And that is your style and that's an aesthetic, it looks like. I mean, I think recently.
I think to come off, I think I would come off like that to a nigga who only listened to, you know what I'm saying, pop rap. I would come off that way.
No,
but to a nigga who really know music, they know I listen to a lot of good shit, and not just to confine myself to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I listen to a lot of, you know what I'm saying? We talk about a lot of punk shit. We talk about a lot of classic rock shit. We talk about a lot of. I've been just getting into a little bit of like new wave shit. And
what about all this? The YouTube stuff and the backpack stuff comes off as corny to you. Like, what's the corny part?
I can't really tell you without really looking at them niggas. But just to maybe try, I would think that it comes off to me like, I don't know, like your rhymes are not exceptional, but you acting like they are.
I feel like, okay, for some honest criticism,
the way you dress probably gonna automatically throw me off.
If you want some honest criticism, I feel like a lot or a good lane of those YouTube rapper guys and a lot of the reactors, their channels based off of this one guy and they fall under the one umbrella. They all seem to be, or a lot of them seem to be spawns of Eminem.
Yeah.
And the Eminem wave or whatever. When
maybe some more underground shit, like all these niggas probably listen to Deltron 3030 or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with Deltron?
No, I love
Funky
Deltron.
Homo sapien
I love Deltron.
Has had a long
3030.
career.
I love Deltron 3030, but all these niggas love Deltron 3030.
I don't think they know who Deltron 3030. I don't think they know who Deltron 3030 is. Probably.
Yeah, maybe they too.
Maybe young. Maybe they do.
But
I'm not gonna.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. If I know who, that's what I'm saying. Like I usually just assume, but I not really. No, most people probably don't. But you get what I'm saying.
But my whole point is that your aesthetic as a person lately, you've been seeming like the Alchemist grungy looking look. Them Alchemist niggas. Just from how you keeping yourself. But and that's no diss. But I mean, your aesthetic seems to line up more.
I've been wearing the same sweatpants in the last 3 podcasts.
Your aesthetic seems to line up more of the style of the backpack dude. So for you to turn around and say that you think that corny is a little bit surprising to me.
Bro, I was just watching a video with Sean Price yesterday, and this nigga, I might link it in the description. This nigga was like, bro, I'm not the nigga walking around with my rhyme book and my pen and I'm, bro, that's lame. But I'm not the nigga walking around with my rhyme book and my pen and my backpack on my rappity-rap and my writing my rhymes and I'm a rappity-rap nigga. Like, that's what he was doing, and I totally understood what he meant, bro. Like, I'm not a rappity.
I feel like a lot of the rappers that you probably love probably have been the niggas to be like, I'm not a rapper. Like, that's an ugly cliche.
No,
that's an ugly cliche.
Not to say that I'm not a rapper.
I'm not a rapper.
It's not to say that I'm not a rapper.
I'm a real nigga.
But it's like it come off corny when you try to be so rappity-rap, when you try to be so.
But you like Royce the 5'9"?
Backpacking rhymes and I have my notebook.
You liked Royce.
I mean, even though I do got a notebook, but
I feel like Royce and a lot of them Detroit dudes.
They probably was vein. Like that because it was probably cool to be like that at a certain point. But I'm
saying I think they are. I think their style is the super complicated. Really got to think about Black Thoughts. And
no, that's what I want. A lot of niggas, the niggas that I'm talking about, I just said the niggas that I'm talking about, they come off as they not really. If you nice, then you nice.
So what's the rappity-rap?
When you come off as a nigga that's trying to rap so hard, but you not really, you doing nothing. You not really rapping. You not doing this shit like a nigga like Royce or a nigga like.
I don't think that's always true.
Not to say that everybody needs to be like Royce because Royce is a fucking monster. We need to do an episode on him, but I just, bro, niggas be, if you nice, I'm gonna acknowledge it, but even a lot of niggas who may be nice.
So can we do a quick checklist?
Do it.
Of the rappity-rap niggas and who's nice in the rappity-rap circle?
Do it.
Okay.
I guess, but then again, like I said, to a pop listener, everything I'm listening to is rappity-rap. Besides the pop shit that I might listen to, like Lil Pump, like Denzel Curry. I mean, not to say, is Denzel Curry pop? Pretty much.
I mean, I feel like Odd Future fell under that banner for a long time.
Of the rappity-rap shit?
Of not super rappity-rap, but some backpacker.
I think they more fell under the yeah, maybe, but
they inspired a whole section of the fucking skateboard kid shop, the fucking Zoomies. And I
think that's because of like I said, pop listeners. Anybody who really listen to OF. I can understand how niggas maybe think, especially in the early days. I understand how niggas maybe think it's weird. That's what I got the most when I was listening to OF. These niggas weird. They ain't even really rapping like that. And I was like, bro, yo, like I couldn't see how niggas couldn't see it. But I think, maybe to the real pop listener, or maybe the nigga in the hood bumping Gucci Mane through subs.
Because I feel like some of them would disagree with you. You had arguments. Maybe
there's some backpack niggas to
I've heard you have arguments with people where they said Doom was lame, or some of that stuff that you liked was probably like, we don't want to hear that. That's not, hip hop to us.
Yeah, because them niggas probably, like I said, they bumping Gucci through subs in the hood. They the niggas with the speakers pointed out the window.
So then, are you in
7 in the morning?
Knowing what that's like, are you in turn turned into the backpack rappers and doing the same thing?
What you say?
Are you turned into the backpack area and doing the same thing then?
What you mean?
To the people you perceive to be corny.
Yeah, maybe I'm corny.
The people bumping Gucci probably think
yes, I'm corny to them. I'm corny in my, you know what I'm saying, in my fucking house shoes, in my fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm corny to the average nigga that want to listen to fucking who is the lady that want to listen to 21 Savage and Migos all day. I'm corny to that nigga. Probably.
Right. Well, I guess that's how you feel. Speaking of this YouTube stuff, I mean, we got YouTube rapper Dax, who might not be a YouTube guy for long because there's some drama surrounding him, but I'm not going to get into all that right now. But we just watched Dax get run up on by Tory Lanez.
I didn't expect that from Tory. Tory, he seemed like, but then again, I don't know what's going on with niggas.
Tory, like, little nigga, run up and do it.
Yeah, I don't. I thought Tory was a good kid. I thought Tory, I mean, of course he been, coming at the whole rap game head. You know what I'm saying? Of course it ain't been no heavy hitters to, bro, I'm about to smack the fuck out of this wireless. But, and maybe that's why it's fucking went up.
Yeah,
but he ain't come at no heavy hitters heads. And, like we was just
he
talking about.
He called out Pusha T, Drake, J. Cole.
When the nigga had the shit with Royce, he apologized. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he
told Royce to suck his dick.
I don't think he'll run up on any old nigga like that. I think, like you said before we start rolling, he think, you know what I'm saying, Dak's just a little nigga. He probably was out there by himself. He's
breathing really heavy at the beginning.
Because he's probably running.
He's
probably running.
They were chasing him down the street
he's probably running
with a van full of goons. Well,
but
It was an interesting looking video. I mean, he said later with DJ Academics or something. That
not to say that I've never run from a jumping, bro.
Right.
We've both probably run from jumpings.
But it wasn't Tory Lanez getting you jumped. It wasn't Russ getting you jumped.
I mean,
all these dudes.
Yeah, it's crazy how all the singing niggas
who are like 5'3"
is jumping, bro. Like, why are we jumping each other in this R&B game? Like, I appreciate a little
Tory's
bit of rap
jumping,
violence,
trying to jump rappers.
I don't want you to.
Well, Tory's in the rap game now too. Is he still? After all of this, the past few months, is he still just a singer trying to rap? Because he's taken part of battles.
He's officially
with multiple
earned his
battle
singer/rapper title. He's officially earned it.
Okay, good. Well, he's in the rap category. But hold on, before we stray too far away from everything, we never did that checklist, dude. Let's get the checklist.
The checklist of
Tory. Well, the checklist of backpack rappers.
Yes.
That you thought were cool.
I'm sorry if we got ADD on this fucking show.
Yeah, we're all over the place. So, okay, let's bring it up. Who's the first one I'll bring out? Let's say Joyner Lucas.
I like Joyner Lucas. I'm not listening to his music. I guess I haven't given his music a shot, but I think what I've heard from him when people show me his shit, I didn't dislike it, but it didn't make me want to be like, damn, certain niggas' music hit me immediately, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to go listen tonight. But he didn't really give me that impression.
And okay, Token. What were your thoughts when we saw him?
Might as well say the same thing.
Same exact thing. Who else is in this circle? Do you know anybody that would probably fall on this?
Backpack
or YouTube or rappity-rap.
With Joyner Lucas, he offended at us calling him a backpack rapper.
That's what I'm saying. Rappity-rap. People who've been put in the rappity-rap class. So that's what Tory told Royce. Use a rappity-rap nigga.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about Royce, then that's no question.
Or Black Thought,
or every time I bring up Royce, you can bring up Black Thought.
Because I put them together now because of that Funk Flex freestyle. Those
yeah.
Funk Flex freestyles, they weren't too far from each other.
Yeah, I guess not.
So,
and they just both at exceptional levels that I don't think that we could put too many other. Let's put some more niggas' names in that. I don't know if we can. Maybe M, but his music is waning nowadays.
You never listen to Kamikaze?
Sadly, no.
I mean, that was considered.
Except
that was like the highest selling rap album I think of last year.
Was that the same year that Damn came out? Or was that a year later?
No, I think Damn came out a few years.
Oh, yeah. Maybe, yeah.
By now.
Time is flying.
Has it been 2 years, probably?
Yeah, time is flying in music.
It came out the same year as Astro World. That was a big record. With Travis Scott. Have you listened to Astro World?
No, I'm not a Travis Scott nigga. People be telling me about Travis Scott like, oh,
I'm not a fan of the social media sticky bullshit, but it is some very interesting experimental.
Rodeo is a classic.
Music. It's like some very experimental trap music.
Don't tell me what's a classic if you 16.
If you're into that kind of stuff, because you just may be. It's like some very experimental trap music. It's done very well. I don't sit and just listen to Travis Scott
Maybe
either.
I haven't given Travis Scott a chance. I think I tried to listen to Birds in the Trap a little bit. I wasn't really into it. But I heard a lot of bad things about that album. So maybe that was just his bad album. Maybe I should give Rodeo the classic a try or some shit. But, I mean, Sicko Mode is cool. That's the only thing I gotta say.
You should probably give it a
Scott.
listen. Give Astro World a listen.
Did you listen to it?
Yeah. I wouldn't tell you to listen. I didn't listen to it just over and over, and I don't even know if I listened to it all the way through. See, but it has. I don't have to listen to an album front to back to know the contents of it. I've listened to enough of it, and it's just like when I listen to Rodeo, because I didn't know, and when I went to it, I'll be like, okay, let me see. And when I see, it's always like some very pretty well done experimental sounding trap.
I guess so. Maybe I'm boxing this nigga in, and I'm not really giving him a fair shot. I don't know.
I think it's interesting sounding at the least.
I just feel like I don't know, man.
I
don't care. I don't care.
Maybe you should. How do you know? How do you know if you never tried? You gotta reach out and
but
listen
it's
to
so
more.
many niggas that's blowing my fucking socks off that I'm just like.
Who's blowing your socks off right now?
Recently, Lil Ugly Man. We just talked about him last week.
Who I think is
Torre.
Who I think, if anything, is like
We
a
gotta talk about
Bandcamp.
Torre.
Hold on, no, let's bring it back. Lil Ugly Man, if anything, is like a Bandcamp internet rapper.
And that means what?
He's in a sticky, possibly corny or just internet niche lane just as much as these other niggas.
He don't come off. I mean, I guess, and that's what I'm saying. I guess to certain niggas, what I'm listening to is probably cornball shit.
I just want to see if there's some. I want to see what the consistency is and where
the line is for me.
Where the line is, because Lil Ugly Mane is most definitely in the niche internet Bandcamp rapper thing.
But I think he's so much. I think what you fail to understand about Lil Ugly Mane is that he's so much more than just a rapper, bro. He's so much more than just. He's so much more than just a nigga, you know what I'm saying, rapping, you know what I'm saying, he producing. It seemed like he engineering his own
So is most
shit.
of the game is producing and engineering. Get the rush shit out of here. I produced and engineered my whole album, so I should get a Grammy.
But I'm saying, like, and then he's created this whole mythos. To me, it's comparable to, like I said, over and over the last episode, it's comparable to some Doom shit. I mean, but I guess you just not feeling it. But then
I'm not stacking it up. A lot of
niggas don't feel Doom. So
I mean, but Doom, come on, don't come with that comparison.
Doom is a legend. Doom is a legend.
Yes.
Lil Ugly Man is not. He's just a nice rapper. But I'm in my head, you know what I'm saying, these niggas kind of give me that same feel to a certain extent.
Possibly. I mean,
a lot of these backpack niggas, they come off very childish. They come off very inexperienced. A lot of these backpack niggas, I don't know if I would consider.
Some people put J. Cole, Kendrick in these circles.
And that's what I'm saying. It depends on who you're talking to. If you listen to trap music all day,
do you fuck with Kendrick and J. Cole?
Anything with a substance, anything that's topical rap, it's backpack.
Okay, but you don't believe so. You think Kendrick and J. Cole are in a league apart?
From backpack?
I mean, okay, some backpack and some fast rap in there. Because a lot of these, like we said, a lot of these YouTube rappers or whatever a lot of them are emulating some of probably their favorite rap, which probably is some Kendrick Lamar, which is some J. Cole, Eminem.
But not well, though. I've heard niggas do it well. I've heard niggas, but the thing is that I can't smell it on you. If I smell it on you, then that's all. Like, are you his son? Are you Kendrick Jr.? That's the only way I really want to hear you sounding. So like,
it's only originality.
I'm walking up in the park and two niggas walked up on me and I didn't know what to do. And
is that how you think Kendrick? Is that Kendrick giving them sound with you?
I'm saying like that
could be Earl right there. That could be that new Earl album.
I was quoting a song.
I walked in the park and two niggas walked.
I was quoting a song, like a song in particular. Any Kendrick fan know
that's my Earl impression.
Any Kendrick fan know what song I was just making fun of right now. But
I'm not a real.
I don't want to hear you seriously. I don't want to hear you seriously do that on your shit. Like, it's just too much for me. It's too many Kendrick and Cole clones.
So the epitome of all this is Rap Critic. The cringe factor. Look at his face. When you say Rap Critic.
Hold on. What are we talking about him for?
Wouldn't he be the epitome of everything that you see wrong with that whole backpack YouTube thing? Like, I think he embodies all of that. The whole Kendrick worship. Yeah, the Kendrick worship at points, the corny factor.
I don't know, bro.
You think he's in a league of his own, just suckage?
I think he's in a cornball
Hall of Fame.
Like this nigga I don't know anybody who gives me that feeling
in life.
In hip hop history.
As Rap Critic. What feeling is that specifically? That master artisan, not Rap Critic, hit the master artisan.
It's just a feeling of how did
speechless.
We both do music.
Mm-hmm.
I make beats and I build songs from the ground up. But you've been rapping for years, so you know how the musical process go probably. And how do you let that shit get past your thoughts? How do the shit that end up on record for Rap Critic get past? Nah.
He thinks it's dope.
And we just two different niggas. And
he has a music degree, so he knows what he's doing here.
I guess I do too. I got a music degree too. If you want to,
a degree in what?
Audio engineering.
You got a degree?
Yeah, I got a degree, nigga. Fuck out of here. And I'm 19, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Where'd you get your degree from?
MATC, nigga. The same place you going?
Don't front. Yeah,
I do got a degree.
You got a fucking degree.
Well, I guess I don't got a degree. I got a diploma. But nigga, I got a piece of paper from MATC for my audio engineering expertise.
Okay, don't come at my man, master artist and Rap Critic, who's come out with
nigga
hits.
Without that year of audio engineering, then we not doing this right now, nigga. Fuck out of here. Fuck master artisan,
aka the Rap Critic. Goddamn, shots fired.
Go make some better music, bro. That's all it is. And I hate to be so crass.
But fuck master artist.
But it's like, man, like, but you brought him up, like, and you know how I feel about the nigga. Like, I hate being so nice about rap shit, bro. Like, his music is just
not good.
It's not good, bro. It's not good.
Give it up.
I don't want to. I'm never.
That colored the way
I'm
you
never
saw,
gonna say.
You couldn't take his opinion.
I'm never
seriously.
ever gonna say give it up.
We used to.
I used to watch his videos, and then once I found his music, I ceased watching Rap Critic videos
because you couldn't take his opinion seriously.
Yes.
I actually have to admit, I stopped listening to his podcast. I used to listen to his podcast, and I stopped listening to it because I'm like, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Good albums, they would shit on. They shit on a Def Grips album. Like, I don't get it. And other types of albums, but then they would say like, "Oh, these albums are great," and it'd be like
Hobson or some shit.
It'd be, I think Rap Critic did like a Hobson album.
See,
he gave
and
it
that's
like a 4
what
out of 5.
I'm not. Niggas just I don't understand other niggas' opinions on hip hop.
Yeah, okay. I mean, so
I just know that I'm not with the rappity-rap. I mean, I am with the rappity-rap. That's pretty much all I listen to, but it just get to it like it's like the political spectrum. We was talking about it on what was that, the last on the Random Talk episode. Once you get so extreme, it's just like, bruh, like you gotta have a certain level of self-awareness. You gotta have a certain level of like not taking yourself seriously if you not nice enough to be taken that seriously, bro. Like, it's just I've said it time and time again. It's just if you nice, then what is there more to say?
I mean, I think somebody.
If you nice, what is there more to say? As soon as I don't know if you nice and corny can't exist in the same rapper, unless it's ironic.
You said it can or can't?
It can't.
Nice and corny. Yeah,
unless it's ironic, unless you add irony into the situation, you cannot be nice and corny.
You can be nice and corny.
No, you
there
cannot.
are some nice corny.
Tell
people.
me who's
a nice corny.
Who
person?
Nice and corny? Weird Al, because he ironic. Who?
Weird? No, that's Weird Al. He's not being ironic.
He being comedic. It's a comedic irony to his raps.
But that's his thing.
Yes, and I like his thing.
He's not being ironic
because he not taking himself seriously. He's being funny. It's a certain level of comedic irony. He did White and Dirty because Chameleon
got the corny thing down.
Was a southern rapper talking about they trying to catch me riding dirty on some thug shit. It was a comedic irony to the situation.
He does parodies.
It's a comedic irony to the situation.
He does parodies, and parodies are parodies. It's comedic.
Comedic irony to the situation. That's the only way you can be nice and corny. If you're trying to be serious, if you're trying to be like me, sitting in my room writing raps, I can't be corny. Otherwise, that compromises everything. As an MC, I think one of the first things you got to be is cool. You don't got to be cool. Everybody not going to be as charismatic as A$AP Rocky, but you got to not be corny. Like you could be a regular nigga, but you can't be lame unless you talking about, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I don't know, bro. Like it's a certain line that as an MC, you cannot be you can't be. Certain things just can't exist.
You have to have a cool
another.
factor.
You have to have a certain interesting, if not a cool factor, a relatable factor. I'm not cool. I listen to a lot of not cool rappers, but I can relate to them being not cool. But they're not lame. They're not. Why won't she date me? Like, it's just, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Was that your Rap Critic impression?
Bro, I don't even want to talk about Rap Critic no
So
more.
why won't
bro.
you date me?
Oh, man.
He was wondering. He put it on pen and paper. Why girls are so mean? Anyways, let's move on because it seems to have gotten you a tiny bit triggered.
I'm not triggered, but
over
it's
there
just,
over Rap Critic.
It's a fine line as an MC that a lot of niggas just fall off of and splat on their face.
Yeah,
and that's what it is. I mean,
I just wanted some clarification of where things stood.
And was that clear? You can't be lame. You can't be corny and be an MC taken seriously.
Okay.
I could draw out the equation for you. Corny plus serious.
When you say
equals
MC, you mean
not.
When you say MC, you mean rapper. Like a real rhymey rapper.
Yeah, I listen to real rhymey rappers most of the time.
But I'm just saying that's what you mean,
yes.
Because anybody doing anything could be a rapper. You could be Larry League. I think they're nice.
They're nice, yeah.
They're not nice as far as being rappers, but they nice as far as the music they make.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. You can be anybody and do that. Look at Lil Yachty. Does he seem like he had the cool factor or any cool factor? I think a lot of his cool factor now comes out of being rich.
He replaced the cool factor.
He was a nasally voice ass.
He replaced the cool factor with being like a relatable teenage, playful, you know what I'm saying, young nigga with the crazy hair. He replaced the cool factor with something relatable.
And that just wasn't
and not
you can't relate to Rap Critic's feelings?
He still had a cool factor.
You can't relate to Rap Critic's feelings?
I was just about to say, I can relate to being frustrated with the opposite sex. But I can't relate to having certain feelings how he did and expressing them in song how he did. Not to say that I can't express my feelings in song about the opposite sex, but the way he's thinking about this shit is just
cringe. All right, there you go. Sorry, Rap Critic. He doesn't like your music. That's apparent. Give it up. Hang it up. Yeah. All right. All right. So I just pulled up some comments under Rap Critic's videos, and a lot of people, and I think he feels like I've heard him say on his podcast that he felt like people don't give his music a fair chance because he's Rap Critic, and you don't think so? You don't think that's true? I mean, it could be true. People could be holding him to a higher standard because he is Rap Critic. Who knows? And they expect, well, since you're a critic, you
higher
should make
standard.
If they expect that, I guess, since you're a critic, that you need to make good music. If you don't make good music and you're a critic, then you can't be a critic.
Bro, your music trash. That's all it is. Read them comments, nigga.
Okay, comment number 1. Rap Critic, I love your videos and whatnot, but you can do better than this. This sounds old, but not old school.
And what video is this, by the way?
This is to Money. The video. We need a Rap Critic to criticize Rap Critic. How can you call out any rap songs as bad and this is what you created? Boy, if you don't.
That's exactly how I feel. This nigga is just... I don't want to.
But then he has some defenders. It says you don't have to be a 5-star chef to say meals are shit.
I don't want to go in.
But this is still
critic.
pretty poor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bruh, like, why are you even a nigga that care about a fine dining if you eating bologna sandwiches, bro? Like, I don't get it.
Somebody said this shit sounds terrible.
But I don't want to say he should stop doing whatever he doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a nigga that's...
He probably should do the YouTube criticism stuff.
He a nigga that's doing creative shit at the end of the day, but...
We just have an assassination piece here for Rap Critic. All right, let's get off of Rap Critic. We know what's up with him, I guess. But this week, we're gonna do some talking about Alchemist and Russian Roulette.
I honestly, like I said the last episode, I want to dedicate basically this whole last half of the episode to the Alchemist, and it's just he got so many shits, man. He what 20 plus years in the game. I've been going back to different projects for, you know what I'm saying, maybe the last I'm 19. I've been discovering a lot of my favorite hip hop projects for maybe the last I'm 19 for maybe the last 9 years. Now,
Okay.
8 or 9 years I've been really discovering niggas, and maybe around like 8 years ago I was just finding out who Mos Def was and listening to Black on Both Sides, and you know what I'm saying, maybe 5 years ago I was just finding out who Wu-Tang was and really digging into they shit. And it seemed like a lot of my favorite shits, like Bulletproof Wallets, like a lot of the Mobb Deep shit, a lot of who else? A lot of pretty much so many MCs that this nigga has touched that I probably don't even know everybody. I won't. It's no way that I could.
Right.
But the Alchemist is just a god producer. I'm putting them on Dre level. I'm putting them on that ceiling where there's nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? It's of course he still got more to do. He a pretty young nigga, especially for a producer. What, he like 40 something? But what more can I say about the nigga? God producer. He got crazy ass raps with a lot of different people. On his first project, he was rapping on that "Hold You Down" shit. I'm pretty sure I think that was maybe his first and only hit, probably.
Right. So I put Alchemist up there too in top 5, top 10. Usually a lot of the most popular producers to me, like a Dre or something. I think Dre is nice, but I don't listen to all of Dre's shit and be like, this is fire. But I'm saying, like, I think he has legendary beats.
Dre is on a certain level of respect, notoriety, and I think maybe Al is not, as notorious as a Dre or as legendary in the popular eye as Dre, but he's most definitely, I would say, done just as much, if not more, for hip hop than a lot of these top level producers, executive producers who have made a lot of different shit happen
because they made a ton of hit records,
like Rick Rubin. I'm willing to put him on that level, nigga. Like, I'm willing
but this is my point here, that like when you bringing up Rick Rubin or anything, maybe they can be appreciated for what they're appreciated for, but I never find these people who are known for making a ton of
musicians
or who are known for making a ton of hits, I don't see them as being all that nice.
He first started with Dilated Peoples in '97, Al. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his first
I generally
credit.
Like an Alchemist.
And he been making shit ever since.
More than you would say a lot of the popular producers like a Dre or a Rick Rubin. I can't.
Rick Rubin is more executive producing ass nigga.
Whatever.
But even then, you still got to give niggas respect. Like, I'm willing to give DJ Khaled respect on a certain executive.
But I don't sit and listen to his shit.
Level.
So
of course, yeah, I'm not sitting and listening to his shit. But you know what I'm saying?
As far as business moves or something, I guess. But that's not what we were discussing.
As far as putting Future and Jay-Z on the same track.
I mean, who cares? They could have cut out the middleman and did that themselves. This is my whole point here. With the Alchemist,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give him a man his credit.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, he put like 15 people on the track at once, all the time. That was his regular thing. The every day I win, no matter what. They had like fucking Jeezy, probably Ludacris, Sean Paul, motherfucking just everybody. He's that type of guy. But I would never put him in a class ever with Alchemist or any of the top producers. Alchemist, maybe Madlib is in there for me. And a few other people. I would never throw Khaled in there, and this is not even a Khaled diss conversation.
Of course, I'm not putting Khaled on the same level as a nigga who sit down in front of an NPC and make beats, or whatever, your dog or whatever.
But my point was, like, you got people like Dre who are like, you put him up there because he's a legendary producer. But I enjoy Alchemist shit more than Dre, and I enjoy a few other producers more than that. So when I say my top 5, it's not going to include people like a Dr.
No, but
Dre,
I'm saying like,
or even a Kanye West.
I'm saying for the average listener, just the average nigga who not sitting around and record collecting and sitting down day and night like studying niggas and really giving, you know what I'm saying, the album an entire, you know what I'm saying, hour and a half work sit down time just so you can get to know an artist better. I need to let you know what we working with here. We talking since his first credit is in '97, but he's most definitely been doing shit before that.
So what are your favorite little projects then? Just to
my favorite Al projects. We gonna leave that one for. I mean, you see that.
That's a whole nother episode.
You see it in the title. No, that's not a whole nother episode. But you see it in the title. We gonna get to it. But my favorite Al shits, I'll probably go to. Lately, I've been feeling that Good Book Volume 2 with him and Budgie. I've been fucking with. I mean, anything he do with the Griselda. I mean, I hate to. We've been talking about Griselda so much on this podcast, but but they've been making noise lately, especially, you know what I'm saying, for me. I think he did a couple beats on the Infamous for Mobb Deep. Of his own projects,
just anything.
I like it's that one shit. Of course, his first project, that first Infamy, will Hold You Down. I mean, that project is nice. He got a game feature on there, so that's hot. He got fucking the locks on there, hot. Like, that's all the shit that you was just saying that I fuck with. Like, that album comprises, you know what I'm saying, so many different artists, not just from New York or the East Coast, but that just kind of give me that real hip hop feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I feel like Alchemist beats are.
He did shit on "Gangster and the Gentleman" by Styles P. You know what I'm saying? He did shit on "Kiss the Game Goodbye," bro.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to see New York circles, but
like I said, Bulletproof Wallets. Man,
Alchemist's style is just so
years and years, bro.
It pulls you in pretty good. I mean, some of his beats, I've heard a few beats where I would be like, I'm not sure if I like that one, but that's few and far between when you get in there with some good Alchemist beats. The sampling is great. He has a good ear for what to sample and what to build around. And everything, even with samples, still sounds organic.
Especially when he get on some topical, on some topical shit for a whole album. Rather, even if it's not like super topical, but it's more like a loose theme, like his Gangrene series with him and Oh No. I've been telling you about that. I said that in the last episode. I've been telling you about that for a minute, and it's crazy. These niggas, they got this album together that's just based around a bunch of nasty, dirty samples, and a lot of the songs are like they got so many different features on this shit, and they both producers that are just fucking crazy in their own right. And it's 3 albums worth of shit that Al is going crazy with rhymes, bro. When I first heard this shit, I was like, I didn't know Al ever picked up a mic. You know what I'm saying? But he got 3 albums just sitting in the corners of Spotify waiting to be listened to that a lot of niggas probably haven't heard about. And then Oh No, I'm pretty sure if you like Al, you like Oh No. Like, it's just that raw shit, man. It's that raw
shit,
hip hop sound,
boom bap.
But it's
New York back.
It's more creative because it's coming from. Bro, stop saying that. It's more creative because it's coming from a producer's perspective. So they able to make the whole album very cohesive, very I've always said this, it's something that clicks a lot of the time when the nigga that's rhyming is making the beats. Is, you know what I'm saying, it's a certain cohesiveness that a project just don't have when you getting 16 different beats on 16 different tracks, and there's no topic. And of course, you know what I'm saying, I love niggas who, you know what I'm saying, just throw some shit out there. I love niggas who, you know what I'm saying, where it feels just kind of off the cuff, but it's a certain level of respect that a nigga like Al has garnered from me, that's an aspiring producer, that's an aspiring rapper, that's an aspiring musician, that, I'm saying, even if you're not any of those things and you just a music lover, you gotta respect it. You gotta know what he's done. You gotta Ghostface to Fonte to fucking Jay Mills. Where is he?
Jay Mills was just battle rapping against K-Shine and lost pretty badly and pretty awkwardly.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Cringe. But yeah, no, you named a few Alchemist albums. My Alchemist album experience, of course, starts with I think back in the day, outside of loose songs that you hear just from hearing rap when you were growing up, was Russian Roulette. I was interested in the Russian TV samples and doing a whole album around that. He had another one. I think it was.
Bro, we haven't even talked about Rare Chandeliers yet.
Rare Chandeliers is one with Action Bronson. Bro? That was probably my favorite Action Bronson.
This nigga, man.
That's probably my favorite Action Bronson mixtape, all done by Alchemist. Although Party Supplies did hold it down with, like, I think Blue Chips 1 and 2. Party Supplies is a good one too. But
Party Supplies is nice.
And other
we
than
didn't
that,
even talk about No Idols yet.
Yeah, and a lot of the Alchemist beat tapes, the Rapper's Best Friends, I think 1 through 4 or 5. That whole series is pretty good. I've heard those were the instrumentals to songs that I heard here and there from back in the day with Cameron. Alchemist did a lot for Cameron, Fabulous, just stuff like that. So you hear, if you listen to the New York rap, you hear Alchemist, and you know what it sounds like. So yeah,
if you listening to rap, you probably heard Alchemist. The Alchemist, he's penetrated a lot more avenues than, you know what I'm saying, just some New York shit. Of course, that's his.
Well, he works with a lot of New York artists.
That's his shit. You know what I'm saying? But
I've heard him do some work.
He was on the GTA soundtrack.
Right, I heard him do some work. I heard him do. He did Slaughterhouse's some work on Slaughterhouse's I think the first album. No, the self-titled Slaughterhouse first album. And I think
he did some shit on the house too, though.
And he did a few tracks.
Fabulous. He did some shit for. He's touched. He did every tracks, New York MC that's relevant.
He did a few tracks with Eminem too. I'm trying to think of people outside of New York area that he had worked with. But yeah, Alchemist is very prolific. I will put him up there with probably any producer.
Apparently he got a credit on Watching Movies with a Sound Off by Mac. I don't know if you like that album as much as I do.
That's probably my favorite Mac Miller album, actually.
But he got a credit on Watching Movies with a Sound Off. Summer Nights, Joey Badass, that album, dog, I remember days fucking high as a bitch going to middle school listening to Summer Nights. Like, I shouldn't have been having drugs. I'm not promoting drugs to the kiddies. But, yeah.
Is that why the bong next is in the shot right there?
Nah, what are you talking about?
Push it over. Demonetized. Anyways.
Nigga, nobody is watching.
We set it up pretty nice. So let's get into the Russian Roulette, which I feel like is a classic to me personally. Russian Roulette is a classic. You've heard more Alchemist, so maybe you'll feel when you ranked Alchemist albums differently and that Russian Roulette doesn't hit the top or something. But to me, and just my experience and where I came in to Alchemist and what I listened to, it was a album that I listened to, I enjoyed 10 years ago almost, and that I come back to still and listen to it. A lot of rappers on there you probably are like, is it Where Are They Now? Who's who the fuck are these guys and where are they? But that's not the point. Even though Alchemist,
no, it's a lot of niggas that you probably don't know about that the Alchemists work with that are crazy.
I mean,
MCs.
you do got some good features
about
here.
Do-Rag Dynasty. Fuck it, we throw Do-Rag Dynasty in there. We was talking about
Do-Rag
Dynasty.
Side projects. All day.
We'll be all day.
We'll be all day naming all the side projects.
Day.
But there were some good features on here from people you probably would know.
The niggas from Do-Rag Dynasty nice though.
Danny Brown, Action Bronson were on there. But that's not the point on the Alchemist album. Even though Alchemist, even if he's not rapping and he's just doing the producing, he's still the star of the albums. It's really the beats, and then everybody is like a guest star dropping in and out to lay down.
It depends on how fire and how outstanding the beat is. I mean, it's some more laid back Alchemist beats that I honestly think that West probably more commanded than the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean specifically on Alchemist albums.
Oh well, yeah, because it's his album,
right? That's specifically what I mean. Not features that he.
A lot of niggas might drop a 16 and drop out.
Right, that's usually what it is, a 16 and they drop out. I'm saying that even though a lot of the people on this album you may not have heard of because they were in a smaller regional scene, That's not the point. The point is Alchemist and the beats and how everybody.
And he got, you know how we talk about rappers with good beat selection?
Mm-hmm.
He got good rapper selection. Fuck if we don't know the niggas. It's rare that I hear
he has
a
good
verse
ear.
that I'm not satisfied with, even if I don't know the nigga.
He has a good ear for how to put all that together. So I think that's just amplified in this album. Do we have a track list pulled up?
For
Russian Roulette.
Russian Roulette, I think
this album flows very smooth together, beat into beat, sample after sample of the Russian music. It's catchy as hell. He knows how to pull the catchiest parts out of songs, add his own little thing, and make an even catchier song.
Like I was saying about the theme about the ganger and shit. The Russian Roulette album has a theme of all Russian samples from Russian TV shows or some shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it works very well, I think. I think he has good sections.
Dog, Russian Roulette came out in 2012. That's crazy.
Oh, really?
I thought that was more recent.
No, I mean, it's pretty old.
Do-Rag Dynasty came out after Russian Roulette.
I rounded up and said it was almost 10 years old. It's like 7, but it's still pretty old.
You heard me? Do-Rag Dynasty came out after Russian Roulette.
Well, I didn't find out about Do-Rag Dynasty until years after I'd heard Russian Roulette anyway. So, I mean, it's not surprising.
I think that's surprising to me. I thought Do-Rag Dynasty was an older project.
I'm not sure. I never did a lot of research into Do-Rag Dynasty. But here, let me get my own Russian Roulette playlist.
Yeah, I'm on this fucking Wikipedia page. Yeah, I'm gonna just look up the Russian Roulette the Russian Roulette track list, cause I'm on his discography page and it's not really fucking with me like that. So, but
all you gotta do is type in Russian Roulette, The Alchemist in the bar. All right, so I'm here. So we got Soundcheck, Apollo's Last Stand. Now, I think Apollo's Last Stand is the one.
What, AG the Coroner?
AG the Coroner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just verse after verse. Everybody who's here, the Mayhem Lauren song, it's all right. I've never been a huge fan of Mayhem Lauren, even though we saw him in concert. I think he was good. I've never been a huge fan.
I love Mayhem Lauren. If Mayhem, bro, I love you, dog. You a lot of times you kind of can be somewhat underwhelming, but for the most part, you got that sound that I'm talking about. You embody that sound that keep me going. That sound that like I said, the real hip hop shit. I'm sorry to be a purist. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to be your dad, but yeah.
But the first song, I love it. I listen to it a ton. I'm trying to remember which one exactly is, because I'm getting mixed up between two. I'm getting mixed up, I believe, between the Junkyard Fight Scene, the one with the Honeymooners bar. See, I'm breaking it down real deep into the song because that's the only way I know how from listening to it. It had a Honeymooners bar in there that I loved, but I think I'm mixing up with that one. But Apollo's Last Stand is still a really good one. Crush Kremlin with Mayhem Lauren is all right. I feel like it's there to lead up to the Action Bronson feature, which I feel like is cool. It's not the best by any means, probably even in the top 5 or 7, 8 verses on this album.
Yeah.
But he dropped in and did what he needed to do, I believe. I mean, do you have anything about that?
I thought it was fine. I'm over here fixing this camera in the middle of the episode, but we good. I thought on Crush Kremlin, who was that on Crush Kremlin?
That was Action Bronson.
Oh, yeah, that was probably the best. No, that wasn't Crush Kremlin. That was Mayhem Lauren on Crush Kremlin. Decisions Over Veal was Action Bronson.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite song on the project, Decisions Over Veal.
I mean, first off, it's short as shit. It's way too short. He drops in and gets the 12 bar. Like,
actually,
hell no. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to the entire album.
Action Bronson didn't drop a 12 bar.
The song itself is 1 minute and 26 seconds. He only came in for like a few bars and then dropped out, and it was mostly the sample and the.
I mean, that's probably all Alchemist needed from him, but I thought it was at least a 16.
It wasn't the best track.
It was a 16.
It wasn't the best track on the album. Like, what the fuck?
I said it was one of my favorites.
Learn by Listening is a good instrumental.
If we want to talk about my favorite track on this joint,
yeah. Well, okay, let's get to it.
Let's get to the shits. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It gotta be,
because there's a ton of tracks. We'd be breaking it down like one by one. It's like 30 tracks.
I mean, it gotta be, goddamn it, Junkyard Fight Scene.
Junkyard Fight Scene. That's a good one.
It gotta be, or the one with Big Twin. it was the one with Big Twin. Honestly, like
some of the Cosmo
with
ones
his
are good too.
Big ass voice. My man's did 30 years, but it was kind of touching. With the samples.
Nah, I'm not going. I'm not going.
I like Big Twin. You don't like Big Twin?
No, not so much. I mean,
I'm not. I think especially him with Al, they got a certain chemistry. I think.
Is this like a somebody with the really rugged New York rap voice?
You don't remember the song I'm talking about? My man's did 30. Like his. This,
I probably do, and usually
voice,
I think that shit is ugly.
He was like.
All right, I think we've heard enough of like the down the. Oh god. If
you remember the sample?
If anybody's left listening after that, that was like a dog whistle. No,
that's the sample, bro.
I probably know what you're talking about with the how, but I usually find that to be ugly as shit when people rap about that kind of shit. Like, in that
I had to bounce back and get on my feet. I had to steal shit and fight.
Like, yeah, I'm not super into it. What about?
I thought it was pretty touching.
What about the? You got Rock Marciano in here, and I know you are really into.
Yeah, Rock Marciano did something shit. I thought his shit was
not so memorable.
Not so memorable. Maybe if I listen to it again, I'll like it, but I can't really recall it off top.
Never Grow Up with Evidence. I like that one. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, Evidence, bro. The Alchemist and Evidence got a lot of chemistry. They like him and Oh No got together and did a series of projects. I think him and Evie should get together, man. Like I really fuck with Whether or Not by Evidence. You remember when that dropped? I was raving about it, bro. It was a nice, mature hip hop album, and Alchemist had a lot to do with that. Yeah, he had a lot to do with that. The Evidence lies. I mean, the Evidence lies joint, and it really touched me. Like Alchemist, he one of those musicians that's in the hip hop realm. He one of those niggas that you gotta just look up to. I feel like if we talking about, you know what I'm saying, rock, you talking about a Jimi Hendrix. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a motherfucking, if we talking about electronic, we talking about a motherfucking Aphex Twin. You know what I'm saying? We talking about just God producer. So many, I keep saying the same shit. So many projects. So many years. Like I can't stress it.
We still didn't really touch on No Idols.
No Idols. I mean,
that was a pretty classic one for at least OF fans.
Yeah, soulful OF album, if you want to say. I guess it was kind of rugged, especially the title track with him and Tyler. I love the title track with him and Tyler.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, Alchemist has just really done everything. He breaks off into parts on this album of instrumentals that'll be about 2 or 3 instrumentals all around 1 minute or a little over 1 minute. And I think even they work, and I'm usually not
like a little musical skit.
Yeah, the little musical skits, similar to like on Doom albums, when you would get the cartoon skits.
Yeah,
have it play out. It's just
I never really compared it to that because he pulled it off in such a different way.
Well, I feel like that's the style of. Maybe it's like the Wu-Tang thing because I can remember as early as I can remember they were doing the Kung Fu samples.
Yeah.
And then Doom, I feel like took it to a different level, unless my New York history is just wrong, of the cartoon and superhero samples.
Yeah.
And then I feel like a ton of people just decided we're just going to do the Doom thing.
We're just going to jack it.
And we're just going to play a bunch of cartoon samples. Is our face or whatever. Or a lot of other people too. But it is what it is, it's a style. And I feel like Alchemist does that really well. I feel like he can do just about most beat types and do it well and bring something different to it.
The Alchemist,
I've heard laid back, gritty ones. I've heard more up tempo.
He can make very epic, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing ever too mediocre.
Yeah, I've never been like, The Alchemist made this?
Some producers you could tell this might be a mediocre beat from them. This might be,
one I ain't really fucking with.
Something they threw together. Alchemist, it seems like a lot goes in any of his beats.
I feel like it's other producers that I would compare him to, like LP.
Okay.
They more than just, hip hop producers. They more than just niggas tapping, you know what I'm saying, samples and what I'm saying? They more than just. I feel like they get a lot of inspiration from a lot of different places and then bring it back to hip hop. Who else? Fucking that nigga what's that nigga name? He produced Torre whole last project Praise. I've been feeling his shit a lot lately. That last shit, what was it? It was Torre and Praise last project, bro. Go look that shit up. That shit was hard from beginning to end. Just all the gospel samples and like I feel like it's certain niggas that just
And just to like pull things together here, what did you think about the last leg of the album? The what was the Cosmos? That was a whole series of songs.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what was supposed to be different about it. It seemed like he just named it something different to extend the album.
The Cosmos 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's like 1 through 10.
Cause I don't know if I guess sunrise Moscow Mornings, Sunrise and Sunset kind of felt like a ending, but it didn't really feel like a ending. Like it wasn't like.
So do you think like the pacing or the wrapping up of the album was kind of weird?
No, I think it went as long as it needed to. The Alchemist, especially a lot of these tracks are 2 and 1 minutes long. This and the whole thing is how long in total? I wish I knew the fucking total length.
Yeah, well,
but it's probably like over an hour in total, and it got a fucking 76 out of 100 on Metacritic.
I feel like the Cosmos may drag a little bit because it's kind of hard to figure out which song you listen to when they're all the Cosmos, and it's like this one part 4, part 3, part 5. So it's kind of hard to figure out. And I feel like it could drag in that area because you're just kind of listening to thing after thing after thing after thing.
I mean, it still had rappers on it and shit. I mean, it didn't feel too much different to me.
Yeah, this is just what I remember from listening through the Cosmos. It kind of...
Because of the difference in names, it may feel like an extension. But
by the time you get up to Cosmos Part 7, you know, you're kind of like, all right. That's at least how I remember it. But overall, I would give this. I would still say this is a classic album.
Yeah. It's a
through some nostalgic lens, of course.
If you've never listened to this album and you are listening to us right now, you're wasting your time listening to us when you could have spent the last hour listening to this fucking album.
Yeah, go listen to Alchemist. You'll be done with it by now. From start to finish of this podcast, you'd have been done with it. That's all I got to say about it. You need to listen to it if you haven't, and if you have, nigga, listen to it again. Reappreciate it. So Alchemist, A1 producer, God producer,
God tier, whatever you want to say. Whoever your favorite producer is, he their favorite producer.
Wow. All right. Well, that's this week's show. Next week,
yeah, I think we're done.
We're gonna get it together.
Your camera fucking failed.
Technical jargon.
Yeah.
But it's going to be up to you. What are we listening to next week? What are we reviewing?
Oh, goddamn it.
You got to think on it? You got to sleep on it a little bit? All right, we're going to let you think on it.
No. Let's figure it out, nigga.
Live on air.
Live on air. An automatic thing that's coming to my mind is it's this new Cherry Glazer album out.
Okay. Let's switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's this new Cherry Glazer album out. They I think it's called Stupid Fish. They're a band that I kind of fuck with heavy.
I liked songs off that album. There was another album that I liked a few songs off of too. It was the one with the kid eating pie.
I forgot what it was called. Yeah, I like grilled cheese sandwich on that joint.
Yeah, there was some good songs. Cherry Glazer. So this is what we're getting into. Was Cherry?
Yeah, we gonna switch from all the hip hop rappity-rap shit to some indie rock.
To connect this to
out of nowhere.
To connect it, Cherry Glazer had the Man of the Year sample that was from a Cherry Glazer song, right? Or no, that was the Chromatics, was it?
I don't know.
I probably got it mixed up.
I don't know.
The Man of the Year song.
All
right, I probably got it mixed up. I think it's Chromatics.
I know the most interesting fact about Cherry Glazer is that their lead singer, their lead singer, whatever her name is, I forgot her name. It started with a C. Clementine something.
Mm-hmm.
Clementine Cringey. She did the giving bad people good ideas on Death Grips. Bottomless Pit shit. The first project.
Okay.
Giving bad people good ideas.
Oh my god.
That joint nice.
It sounds like your whole area over there is wet now.
Yeah, nigga.
All right. Well,
wet to get started to reviewing this album or their latest album.
What the fuck was that sentence?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm high.
Yeah. Hey, we don't advertise. This is a family show.
I'm high on prescription medication.
That's
so now
not
it's
any
good.
better. That's not
no,
any better.
now it's good.
Anyways, this is RNDM Cuts. Cherry Glazer next week.
Cherry Glazer next week. Or
Goodbye.
next 2 weeks? Who knows?
Who knows? Goodbye.
I'm about to start editing this today.
We keep topping ourselves with hello. But like, it's not going to be that long this time. It's going to be longer.